Let's be real, default cursors are boring, but one tiny detail, a custom cursor, can make your site feel premium. I know you might be saying it's just a cursor and nothing happens, but are you forgetting that it's literally the first thing a user clicks to access a website? So today I'll be showing how you can apply your own custom cursor to your design to make it feel rich, and as usual without writing a single line of code. Hi there, my name is Praise. You're welcome back to the channel and let's get started. As you can see on this design, all we have is our default cursor that comes with every design, but we would like to replace it with these custom cursors that we have been voicing since. So how do we go about that? I already have what to replace it with, which is this circle component. Let me show you what lies behind this component. For the first cursor we're going to be applying is a circle component. So when I click on the first variant, it presses down into the second variant, which creates that little interaction. On the other hand, our variant I would like to add has custom cursors to specific cards on our design. So for this play button here, I'm going to turn it into a cursor. So whenever we come in contact with this video component here, it's going to switch to the play button component. Let me head back to show you guys everything. So like I've already said, the first interaction we're going to be applying is this circle component with the interaction of the press state. Then other ones here are other variants I would like to add in specific cards on our design. For the interaction of this one, I set it to click. So when we click the first variant, which is a parrot cursor, it's going to lead us into the second variant. So if there's any link you did like to add, you can quickly link that on the properties menu. So whenever you hover through these cards, you're able to link them to other pages. So this same interaction applies to other variants I would like to replace on specific cards. Now let me show you how to apply these custom cursors to your design. The first thing we'll be applying is a circle component to our overall design. So select the desktop, head to the properties and click cursor. So it brings out two options. One is a web cursor, which is literally the default cursor that comes with every design. So when you click the web cursor, you now have a place where you can choose a specific type of default cursor you want to add on your design, but this is not what you are looking for, so I'll just cancel this. So what we are aiming for is to select a custom cursor. By default, since this circle cursor is the only component we have created on our design so far, it's going to reference out that automatically. But in case if you don't see that and you have a lot of components on your design, you can just swipe down and choose a specific component you want to reference as a cursor. Moving down to the settings, you see two things here, which is the follow and the replace. Let me simply explain these two types of interaction. For this replace interaction, it simply means that the custom cursor we want to add on our design is going to replace that of the default. By previewing this, you will notice one thing, that the circle component has replaced the default cursor that came with the design. So this is what the replace effect looks like. Let me go back to the cursor settings so I can show you the other one, which is follow. This follow interaction simply means that the default cursor and the circle component is going to be referenced on our design, but in a more stylish way. Don't worry about the settings here, the default settings is okay to roll. So when we preview this, you'll notice that we still have our default cursor, but you will notice this smooth drag between our circle components. It's more like it's following our default cursor. So when setting up your custom cursor, you can use any of this interaction to complete that effect. So now we have created the overall cursor, which is a circle component. Moving to the second part is where I want to reference out that play button component on this our video field. So whenever we hover through this video component, it's going to switch from that circle component to the play button. Let me show you how you can set that up. So to do that, you simply select the frame that this video is wrapped in. So same process we followed in adding that circle component is what we are going to be using now. So head to the properties, create a cursor, custom cursor. By default, Frame already added the exact variant wanted to reference, which was the play button cursor, and that is all we have to do. So we are simply going to contribute to preview this. So it comes with the normal circle component on other part of the design, but anytime we come in contact with the video component, everything changes. So it switches from the circle component to the play button component. And the best part about this is that the interaction I added on this play button works in real time. So if I want to pause this video, I will just click it, it pauses, and if I want to play it, it plays back. Moving to the other part of this design is where we are going to be linking those variant buttons to the respective cards. So simply go back to the design, select that of the chameleon. I think this is a chameleon, I don't know, but I think that is a chameleon. So simply go to the properties, select cursor, custom cursor, and automatically reference out the chameleon cursor from the component canvas. So we are done with this. Moving on, we select that of the parrot cursor, create a custom, and by default it's already referencing the parrot cursor from the component canvas. So let's move on into the next, which is that of the framer card. So add a cursor custom. So since it didn't select the variant we actually wanted to add, this is where we have to search for it. So the name I gave it was framer cursor. Moving to the last image is where we add that for the cat. So by default it already selected the cursor we wanted to reference. So we have the circle component, which is moving quite nice. When we hover through the video component, it works perfectly. Pause play, pause play. Moving to the last section, it's referencing the respective component for each card. So when I switch to the parrot, it changes each variant cursor to that of the parrot. Setting applies for the cards. Everything works in real time, and also the interaction I added still works. So when I click it, it changes to the second variant. But that's not all of my sleeves. Let me show you one last example that will blow your mind. So when I hover through this text called custom cursor, you will notice one thing, that there's a video playing on it. So I'm going to show you right away on how you can link a video component to a text component. That's crazy, right? So if I want to enlarge my view of what I'm seeing, I simply click it and it will lead into the second variant I kind of animated. So let me show you right away on how you can attach a video file to a particular text field. But before I show you how you can go about that, let me walk you through the basic structure of this text field here. So since I was laying emphasis on this word custom cursor I highlighted, I wanted to add a custom cursor component only to this text field. I wasn't able to do that before now, because if I should add a custom cursor, it's going to apply to other text. So to solve that issue, all I did was to bring out separate text. So this create is a separate text on its own, custom cursor is another text on its own. Likewise, like a pro text is also a text on its own. So after cutting the text into chunks, I then wrap them in a stack. On the stack setting, what I used was wrap, so that I can simply wrap the whole text together without it distorting. Moving to the video effect that we added, this is it here. So to bring out a video component that allows you to attach a video to a component, you can access that through the insert menu, go down to, I think, media, yes. Then you will see a video component. All you have to do is just to drag it to your design. Then on the properties menu, you can upload a new file there. So that's all I did. I uploaded a new file, then changed the resolution to an ECLIPSE format. Then I turned it into a component. On the component canvas, this is where we set that interaction between the minimized state and the enlarged state. So this is the preview state here, and this is the enlarged state. For the interaction, I use on click. So when we click the preview, it leads into the enlarged format, and when we click the large format, it leads back into the preview. So same way we added the cursor to other parts of our designs, it's still the same way. We are simply going to select the text, go to cursor, then create a custom cursor. So this, it selected the video component that I wanted to add. So that's just everything you need to set up here. So when we preview this and we are hovering through this text, you'll see that the ECLIPSE version is here, and when we click it, it leads to the enlarged format. So these are one of the ways you can use to play with your custom cursor on Framer. So that's it for this tutorial. If you like this video, click that like button, comment down below, do not forget to subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next on this channel through the comment section. Until next time, keep designing.